Hello, namaste. This is the State Mahesh from Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today I'm in the lab with chef, and I'm gonna talk about importantly some common language of our kitchen and what we should think ahead to beyond the cooking. That means we always focus in cooking, but I'm gonna talk about some more important tips and point to what we should do develop our career behind cooking. And last and not least, but how you can leave your job the last day, the final day, what you should do. I'm going to talk about that as well. And I'm going to start now from the introduction of the gastronomy. The gastronomy is the study of the relationship between food and culture. I'm going to share why you should join Best of Gastronomy, because I'm the ambassador for Nepal and we are 120 ambassadors from around the world. Here I'm going to share you why you should join with us, because we are a safe and gourmet brotherhood. We are a base in France and globalized in 120 countries. We have an international platform for students, cook, chefs, and all related industry and owners. We are active member and ambassador in 110 countries. We have our own chefs schools in already 10 countries. Also, we are going to announce from Nepal soon. And we organize charity dinner, we organize chefs contest, and we are going to publish cookbook, the call on their chefs on their recipe. That's what we're going to publish in next year. And also we are going to organize masterclass in Paris after this pandemic. And we are all positive, open-minded, thinking like the own, we are a family. In my point of view, my focus is understanding gastronomy is a very common in ground of people and professionals. Here I'm going to start from the gastronomy about Nepal. In Nepal, we are promoting gastronomic tourism in Nepal was unrealistic. Was all knows Nepal's managing my camera here. I hope it is nice now. Yeah. There you go. Because Nepal is a tourist destination for the various reasons, but as per our nature, culture, and a lifetime experience, and lots of adventures. But we have our own ethnical food culture. But sad news is here, we have no influence in our regional area, in domestic area, even in our own community. So how we can influence the international market in the term of gastronomy? All Nepali food products are limited to in our festivals on special occasion only. And also another important point here I want to add, Nepali chefs are not famous internationally, and neither is our Nepali food. Nor we have a nationally recognized food menu from Nepal. We don't have any Nepalese food standard menu. So the other people thinks we have an influence by the China and India only. But now we have to think about it seriously, how and what we have a menu, and we can go the variety of innovative Nepali food in our menu. So once we have a proper commercial presentation in the national level, then we can pre-presentation into the international environment as well. Only then we can expect international tourists to visit our country. For this, to promote those things, in my personal view, all the chef association, all other industry related organization, and with the innovative chefs. Don't get me wrong here, please. Innovative chefs means, in my personal view, I try to cover the third and fourth generation chefs who are more creative, fancy, and they knows most of the modern cooking trends. With, importantly, with the guided by first and generation chefs. That means senior chefs. We're going to advise and guide to the third and fourth generation chefs. Here we all should be together for the one common goal, not for our own goal. In the coordination between Nepal Tourism Board and Department of Food and Health. Because food safety is another important thing in Nepalese hospitality. So we need to aim organizational framework to make the action plan and guidelines for the development and marketing of gastronomy tourism of Nepal. But it has to be common vision. That vision, what I want to share here, think globally, but act as a first locally, then act in globally. Now I'm going to my point here. Today I'm going to focus some common chef's language, kitchen language, who is coming in the industry, the fresh industry. This might gonna help for the professional chefs as well. I think the language is an effort and reduce stress and make a light of mental and physical hazards which surround us. I mean, that is a way to make otherwise difficult day or dangerous situation in a little light hearted. Also, kitchen speaks in a common tongue. We many share term of cook and chefs everywhere. But here I'm going to share just some common language that using almost everything in the kitchen. Because we say the chef when busy doesn't say mise en place, just say mise. How is mise? Don't touch my mise. That means the short form of mise en place is mise. That's how we should understand in the busy kitchen. Another word, hot behind you. That means someone is passing through you. Another shock word is a showmaker. You are showmaker. That means you are logic, cook, terrible, dirty person, awful. Those kind of person. Fire means, we say sometimes fire. Fire means you start cooking to the order. Ordering means this is going to order, you have to prepare. Another is common word in the chef normally say, doesn't matter in a kitchen, this goes the lad barrows, what up, like those kind of things. That means pull your head out, get you sit right here, focus on job. Normally everyone knows the a la minute. In the French word a la minute means we preparing in when it's come in the order. Someone say is the pass, someone say the window, someone say the pass through. That's all the places we plate our food and pick up counter, and the relation between the front of the house and the chef. The bastard, table monkey might don't know some of the chef. Table monkey normally said in the kitchen for the service, front of the house people who did the big mistakes, or they take a wrong order or give a food to another customer, or taking order after a call, we say no more that item is available, something like that. Spoon means doggy food. Doggy seed means that what we prepare that was not up to the standard. Another word I'm going to share here, dying. Dying means you dying in the past, you dying in the window, you dying in the fry. That means you are very busy in that section, and it's very hard to manage, and you need help from somebody else. Wipe and sell means the food is ready, the plate is done, just wipe and sell it. Another word is interesting and the funny word is finger condom, because normally when you cut your finger, nail, something like that, chef say just use a finger condom. You know, that's a kind of we talking about to cover your finger. And another short form we're gonna say the garni. Then chef said I need a garni, but then cook said, chef, what's garni we have on this special for today? But because he doesn't know how to make a garni when you're in the first time in the kitchen, that means its full form is a garnish. Sometimes we say sat. It means you might think or length of. Sort means not the length. It's talking about the finishing the items. Your brief is gonna finish. The item was not available and supply doesn't supply. That is sorted in the market. Something like that. Another word is, I don't know, many chef knows that note. The dollop is a bigger than pinch or the dash. The dollop is informal measurement of a small scoop of an ingredients. This is just common and useful kitchen oats. That's what I want to say today. And next, I'm going to talk about very important topics in our gastronomy, culinary, or food tourism. What you say in our industry? As you already start your career and you're gonna become an executive chef, head chef, or a good sous chef, or you are already in that position. But this due to the COVID-19, it's gonna be very tough to the high level management positions. That means after this global pandemic, we will get more challenge and it will be very hard to find a job. So what I reckon here, better we should start think positive, act from today for your future tomorrow. Because I'm going to explain here some tips to make you more stronger in your job interview or in your job performance. Accept ordering, preparation, cooking recipes, and how you can develop your skills. That means the cooking, the chef already knows how to do the cooking, the certain things, and he has expert in that particular menu, or he can learn the other things. But more importantly, I'm gonna share what we should think ahead to a career behind cooking, and that needs for you to make you stronger than the others competitor in your job interview or in your place. Number one, you need to upgrade your digital skills. If you want to know how phone works and the spreadsheet for the costing recipe, checking menu perfect, or organizing the stock take. But you have to learn how to interpret and download reports from POS system and understand the online security threats that might gonna harm to your system, to your computer. Because that's the things to know by the chef as well in this modern time. You have to be one step forward. Also, you have to improve your email writing and be ready to take a good food photograph for the marketing or your training purpose. I mean, in a latest cooking trend, I use a online roastering, and also I use a digital ordering screen in my kitchen or in my mobile. That's what you should start doing to save your time and to get more flexibility on the new trends. The another I want to share here, you should learn to use the latest control system. For example, combi ovens, sous vide, refrigerators, different power consumptions, sales data, and there's many more. I mean, we can have a control over almost everything we just to buy from one POS system. Because these things haven't come in Nepal, all the hotels I think. Some of the good hotels and the star hotel, 5-star hotel, they have those systems. But it's necessary for the business owner and management to save the cost and to get qualified chef, and they can reduce the cost in so many factors. That's how we have to operate on those things. Another point is I'm gonna add over here, sharp your skills. If you are an executive chef or head chef, sometimes you want new suppliers or great ingredients with the quality, and you will be based on the organized tender process. Also rebates for the volume and regular price monitoring. Most of the chefs spend less time on pricing and more finding the better supplier and better quality, and who can communicate with electronically, and they can supply the best local ingredients, because that's things also important for the chef. And another, when you are in a position such as like the management, you should learn how business works after the pandemic. I mean, when you are in the good position, your position is a central part of your profit and the loss statement, because so you have a make sure how you to read on, or you give a budget, or you give a food cost that you should pay better than what you have done now. The another point I want to add here, learn about modern menu marketing. In my personal experience, We have to make clever menu, not only looks and taste good, but also maximize the profit through the layout and the pricing within the minimum cost. Sometimes my menu may also need to work for a takeaway or online delivery service. Now pandemic, we're doing the online takeaway and delivery service as well. Also, sometimes you have to show in the digital display in your kitchen or in your restaurant. Another point I want to add from my point of view, to take a positive approach to the healthy menu in a modern kitchen. I mean, people are a lot of more aware what they are eating and continue to become a lot of more interested in the healthy options. So we should go for meat-free or less meat, and vegan diet become a more and more popular in the customers being a lot more focused on their calories, proteins, and other local fine organic sources ingredients that we can use in our food. Another point is here becoming a good safety expert, because this is the right time to the all level chefs. When you have free time at the moment, you should plan food safety, HACCP or WHS rules or health system. It's part of the landscape in a modern kitchen. You should reinstall or you update or you build up your skill with the extra short course you can find online and updates about the latest monitoring and controlling systems. You should have one finger systems. Also, you may have an option even become a food safety auditor for your future. I mean, when you are the head of the department, you should be expert on the food safety and able to answer the train to your staff in very good manner. Another key point, understanding how to reduce utility cost, because as I said earlier, just after the pandemic, the owner, the management, they gonna look after your performance and they gonna review the performance. How they gonna review the performance? All about the cost. The business is down and they can't afford the more people, they can't give the more chefs, they might not gonna give you the qualified chef. You have to manage with the trainer or apprentice. Here's my personal experience. You are going to design a brand new kitchen, or you're going to work as a pre-opening management, or you should have a knowledge of implement energy or water saving methods to reduce the cost. For example, kitchen equipment, when you're going to buy or washing equipments for your dishwasher, or you might going to use a variety of chemicals in your kitchen, or how you're going to use a hot water. That's also take lots of cost. Excuse me. And even also we should think about the ventilation of the kitchen, because that's a part of you is coming your one cost. I mean, a practical green approach and make a big difference bottom line for your chef and for the part of the business point of view. Another point here, back up your skills and qualification. In my career, I graduated first from the Gate College. After the 8 years, I studied short 3 from the TAFE NSW Australia, and again in 12 years, in a couple of years ago, I had a complete high cookery course from the Culinary Schools in Australia, because that's the need to update your skills and qualification on time being and the matters related to in your origin or when you are working. Like the important things I had learned the last few here in Australia: lead and manage people, how to monitor your workplace, manage conflict, manage finance within the budget given by the manager or the owner, and also implement and monitor work health and safety practice yourself and your team. See how is important? These are things going to be more important after the COVID-19. Another things what I learned: manage diversity in a workplace, implement and monitor environmentally sustainable work practice. That's why I want to add here sustainable gastronomy, These are the things are very important, and it's a modern trend to follow and to make a practice by the chef and develop a new menu for special dietary requirements. So after the lockdown, our industry will gonna open and is gonna be back to normal. But top chef, top management should aware of those I just pointed about, because health is more important than the food. Another point is develop modern people skills. In my personal experience, I always try to build my experience with a teamwork, personality types, anger management, negotiation, delegation, effective meetings. And modern kitchen are like with all the latest modern cooking tools and equipments. When you need to ability to work with everyone, like doesn't matter from where they come, Irish people, Indian, American, Chinese, Filipino, Italian, or they are younger or older, or they are gay or straight, or female or male, doesn't matter. I mean, when you respect to other, you will get respect from them. Get respect, give respect, get respect. So you have to a modern hero. You have to think of to become a modern concept, be positive always. That's why this is the way to create a high performing team, and it should be controlled. The main thing, we have to control our angerness, stay positive and act positive. The last and not least point here is the important point: learn how to talk with the boss, because this is another important key point. Is gonna be now as well, because when your team, they need to have a promotion, or you have to recognize, or you have to award by yourself, but you have to go with your senior team. That means I call for it managing upwards. That means you should be able to work on the best way you're making your case in a senior management, HR manager or general manager. When you need more equipment or staff changes or different work hours, even rise over time on a weekly basis. In my personal experience, you make an appointment, prepare with some written notes, be ready to talk about the relative side and sell your benefits of your request with the senior management, and you're gonna get appreciate and wow sound from your junior chefs as well. That was the key point we should to look after just this pandemic, because we need to have to be a little bit more proactive in cooking and the other management tools as well. Because when you think about the understanding our culinary tourism culinary field, we need to approach those things as well. Here I am gonna talk about another important roles that you should to do in your last working day. That means whether you are leaving or you're gonna resign or they're gonna fire, doesn't matter. The door closed for you, but it still can leave window open for your future opportunities if you're gonna follow these kind of steps here. That's I'm gonna explain. When you finish your last work day, you just stay on positive, cheerful note. The last impression are just as important as the first one. Whether you are being a fire, getting laid off, or rising, keeping an onbeat attitude, doesn't matter. Define you're saying anything about the company, your bosses, or your co-workers, or your negativity, or somebody hard potentially for you, or important relationship you have with somebody else, or you have the bitter relationship. Also, you want to be remember is this someone who made a positive contribution together that will be helpful for your future career and future reference. The another approach I have here, I wanna share here. Say personal goodbye to your co-workers. If you have already built a good relationship or not yet, even with your co-workers, this stage should be easy. A personal farewell to everyone That's work with all the ensure that your relationship in on the good note. Even if you don't last beyond on the office, even better. Be a compliment to everyone regarding how nice it was to work with them. Everyone. That's the part of being a success as well. Another point here, don't forget to say with your boss and say thank you or how they support in your career time. Doesn't matter if they don't ask for you the exit interview, even HR manager didn't request your final meeting, it can't hurt to check in by yourself. Thank you boss once more time. And after all, you never know what is going to be happening for pay off you down. But the important thing you do over here at this interview will be the mindful of what you're going to say. And my strong opinion is to say only a positive message even in the exit interview. The another thing is the tie up of any loose end. You'll have finished all of your works before the last day of work. But you should be spend a few hours to thinking to and typing of any loose ends. Focus on the work at hand and try to not leave jobs to coming for the next steps. That means you be tie up to date. The last but not least, you should collect your contact, because when you're leaving the office behind doesn't mean you have to leave your connection behind to everyone. To stay in touch, the later one, connect with your coworker and boss, even in the social media. Don't be afraid to ask owner to them to write a recommendation for you on the site on the behalf of yourself for the good preference. Leave your office and the desk spot. Sometimes some safes, because I had some experience like that. I mean, some like the no-brainer, but there are more rules cleaning out of your office. Somebody will come and clean. No, it's a general rule of the kitchen. Clean as you go. All the times, stay unless you purchase them your personal things, or you have a gift, or work your regular day and do your final packaging in the last hour of your day. Because when you start packaging since the morning or in the week, the other junior staff or other staff, they think about he's very hurry to leave from here. That might be the negative impact to the others. Another is why personal information from your computer. I means whatever you have the important materials in your computer, in your PC, you just keep in your chef drive or email yourself. That file might gonna important and might gonna useful for your future preference. And don't forget the important thing, trash your personal documents or clear all your browser history, whatever you have there, because that might not gonna use for anyone else. That's important as well. Here, that's the things what I want to say today regarding the how I understand the culinary, the term of the gastronomy, because cooking and recipe and in the kitchen, all the chef, everyone can focus and they knows about those things. But when you go behind those things, you might gonna be the more competitor and you might gonna be the more successful, because we're gonna face more challenges and that gonna be more competitor in your position, because some chefs they already lose a job, some are going to lose a job soon. That means you have to be more competitive with your competitors. Here I'm gonna have a look. That's one today. Here I'm gonna have a look if any there comments in a question over there. Good morning, Seb. Good morning, Rameshji, Kumarji, Ganeshji, the voice of Seb, Bikramji. Good morning for everyone. Might be good afternoon for chefs, some chefs as well.